This video is for every single person who has ever experienced some form of mental illness, anxiety, depression, anything that has felt like you cannot speak your voice, share your emotions. It's for all the people who have felt like they've had to suffer in silence, for every single person who has walked this earth, felt like it wasn't okay to cry or it wasn't okay to reach out for help. But most importantly, this video that I'm doing today is for a girl named Lee. Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Courtney, and today's video is a little bit different. When I am filming this and when you are seeing this, it is the month of May, which means it is Mental Health Awareness Month. Now, if you know me or you've been following me for a while on Instagram, you would know that I have a lot to say about mental health, and I am a mental health advocate. I have experienced my own mental health challenges and struggles like many people around the world. And one of the things that I want to do is change the entire stories, narratives, everything in regards to mental and emotional health. One of the main reasons I want to be involved in social media so that these messages can go near and far and everywhere around the world. Where do you even begin with these? I don't even know. Before I get into this, what I will say is that if you are feeling like you are struggling with your mental health, maybe today isn't the best day to listen to this video. Maybe it's not what you need in this moment, and that's totally okay. My intention with this video isn't to trigger anyone, but it is to bring awareness to some of the things that have been going on in the world for years and years and years, and also just to share where I'm at and be honest and open and share a little bit about a beautiful soul who I never got to meet, but through the power of the internet, got to experience her messaging and her story. So yeah, I think it's time to share a bit about that and just kind of talk about this. Before we get into it, as you can see, I'm wearing my Purple Brave hoodie. This is from You Are Collective. They are an amazing small business company run out of Kelowna, BC. And they are, Rebecca and Michael are two of the most amazing people I've ever had the pleasure of meeting, collaborating with, and just talking with. So these hoodies are part of the Bravely Beautiful collection that we did a while ago now. It's over a year ago. We collaborated on this, and basically all the proceeds from these hoodies go towards supporting the 1 Million campaign, which helps Canadians have access to mental health services such as counseling, because financial aid for counseling is a huge barrier for a lot of people around the world. So every time you buy one of these hoodies, this is where the proceeds go to. I will link it below if you want to grab your own, and then tag me, show me you wearing it. I would love that so much. But what do I want to say in this video? What do you say? This whole world and everything that has happened over the past year and a half has radically changed everyone's lives. It's opened our eyes in ways that never thought that they would be open before, and this is good. It's really, really good that our eyes are open now, that we're seeing. However, unfortunately, it had to happen through circumstances that aren't easy to go through, that really suck, that have a lot of grief attached to it, that are sad, that are hard to, move through. And I wanted to make this video for the people who might feel like right now they can't speak up, or right now they feel really, really tender, and they just need somebody like I did when I was in that spot to look up to say, there is another side to this. It doesn't last forever. It does ebb and flow, but who also just recognizes that it's a shit storm when you're in it, and that's totally okay. I want to be the person that I feel like I needed when I was in my darkest days. It's been a lot of dark days for a lot of people for an extended period of time. So, at the beginning of this video, I mentioned a person named Lee, who I never got the chance to meet, but followed along her, some of her journey on YouTube, online, and she was very open about her challenges with mental health. And unfortunately, she lost her battle with depression. I think it was at the end of March. When I heard that news, it really kind of just like, whoa, like I sort of felt like everything stood still, and it was so weird because it sounds weird to say, like, when you don't know someone personally, how can you possibly feel that way? That doesn't make logical sense. And you know, it made me really mad. I was really, really angry, not at Lee, obviously, but the fact that we still live in a world where there's still so much stigma, there's people suffering in silence, and we're still worrying more about the physical than the mental. That's what irritates me. And this moment when I found out about Lee kind of like shook me to my core. And I was like, if there is anything that I am here to be part of, it is to continue to spread her message, but also to continue to fight this stigma, to make this path, this world, a better place for the generations to come, so that they have the ability to normalize feelings, normalize talking about our emotions and our feelings. That is the core reason why I am here right now doing this video and why I am here on this planet. A little backstory. I found Lee, I think it was like, obviously during quarantine. I love Eamon and Beck. If you guys don't know them, you should definitely go follow their channel, because I was obsessed during quarantine with van life. I just found them and I was like, binged everything, wanted to know how to build a van. All of a sudden, I was gonna build a van. Cool, right? And throughout watching them, their friend named Lee was there, and she was only like in some of them, so you know, I just kind of sort of found her on the side of watching them. And then it was like 2.5 weeks before I had found out that she passed away, that I was just like binging her content for literally 2 weeks. So I went back to the beginning episodes with Eamon and Beck where she was on. I went back to her channel that she had with her ex-partner at the time. I was just like listening to everything she was saying, and the reason why is because I had heard this podcast with Eamon and Beck and her, and it was like 2 hours long, and she was being open about her struggle with mental health. She also did another video being very open about mental health, and I actually reached out to her and I was like, this is amazing, it's so beautiful. I posted it on my stories, and she responded and was like, thank you for sharing it. Now, I mean, of course I'm gonna share it. This is like huge. When someone else that, you know, you relate to shows up online and has a similar experience or talks about something that you feel like you can connect with, it's almost this like energetic connection that happens. And no, I didn't know her, but she created a space for me to feel like I wasn't alone, that it's normal to talk about feelings and emotions, that it's okay to do that. And she did it on a big platform, which meant she got a lot of backlash for some of the things that were happening in her showing up online. But I saw Lee as this person who was just so like beautiful and soulful, and she spoke about her emotions, and it just it opened this door of like permission to keep going with what I was already trying to do. Being vulnerable isn't an easy thing, and the reason why I started Bravely Beautiful was because I didn't know how to share or talk about my own emotions. So I started writing about it. And through writing about my own emotions, obviously, I started to attract in different people, mentors, teachers, who were showing me that this was okay to do. And Lee was one of them. It's just such an interesting experience to, you know, obviously look up to someone who maybe you've never met in real life and just be so touched by their life. So I think one of the reasons why it hits home so well with me is because a few years ago, before, this would have been in like 2019, I think. I've always kind of gone up and down with my emotions. There's always been challenges. For the most part, I'm like a pretty happy-go-lucky person. I love life, you know, but there's times where I feel like I sink into some big darkness puddles, I call them. And in 2019, before all of this, it was like probably at the beginning of 2019, I just really started to kind of go through a big downward spiral. Having panic attacks and just days of sadness where I didn't know if I was gonna be okay. I literally asked myself if I was bipolar more times than not. And I didn't always tell people what I was feeling. I didn't always open up and talk about it. I wrote about it because that felt safe to me to do. And I did it in a poetic way. So kind of like, you had to read between the lines. That I understand what it's like to be in a place where you feel so dark with your emotions that you don't know you're gonna make it to the other side. And I think we've all experienced some form of heartbreak in our life where, you know, that feeling that you feel like your heart is being ripped out of your chest or you don't know who you are anymore. It's like that every single day, and it's hard to come out of that. So I just wanted to make this video for Mental Health Month. I wanted to make this video for the people who don't feel like right now they can talk, or they don't feel like other people relate to them, or if maybe they're searching for someone online like I was with Lee. And maybe I can be that person, or maybe it's somebody else. But I really want to make this video to help spread Lee's message. There's been some amazing videos of her family and her friends like Eamon and Beck have put out. Again, I don't know any of these people, so it's kind of weird. I know, I'm recognizing that. But I've watched all their videos and the way that they've honored Lee's life, and how there's now this beautiful hashtag that's Speak Up for Lee. And I think that that's so important for all of us to do. And, you know, for all of the people who have lost their battle to depression, experienced suicidal thoughts, for the people who are getting through this pandemic inch by inch and who don't know when they're gonna feel better. The more that we talk about these things, the more we open and are vulnerable with one another, the more we connect. And it's just so beautiful. Every little piece of this puzzle, this world, every little piece of it has to do with each and every one of us. And, you know, obviously Lee's puzzle piece is a huge, huge impact on the world. And we can all do our part in opening up and being honest and brave and holding space for others while they're experiencing those darkness or those dark moments, and helping them know that they're not a burden, or that it's okay to lean on them for help, to go get help. It's all part of this. Now, the other part of this that I really want to say is that our words matter. Lee was bullied. People online are constantly being canceled, are constantly being bullied, and it's like, single person is doing their best right now, unless that person is actually harming someone or being disrespectful. There's no need to attack anyone in any comment box of any video on any social media platform. Not okay. I have zero tolerance for that in my world, zero. And our words do matter to one another. 100% they do. When you tell someone don't cry or you're too sensitive, that matters. When you tell someone that they're a loser or that they should go and do something to themselves because you don't agree with what they've said or done, that matters. Literally, it all matters. If you do not have anything nice to say, don't say it. And if there's somebody who's coming at someone on a YouTuber's page, do something about it. Report it. Say something like, I'm committed to showing up every single day and being honest and authentic in myself in the best ways I can. And that means sharing my voice, my truth, my feelings, my views, my thoughts, my opinions, my values, my beliefs, all of it. And if that triggers somebody else, if me sharing my emotions and feelings triggers someone else, that's not on me. That's on them. Because the more that we learn to sit with our feelings, the more that we begin to share our feelings and emotions, we start to take away the stigma. We start to normalize it. That's what we want to do. It becomes less uncomfortable. We don't need to fix someone else's emotions. We need to learn how to sit with them, hold space for them, and allow them to pass. Pass. Label the emotions, let them pass. Because at the end of the day, no one deserves to feel so alone or so sad for consecutive days that they feel like they would be better not on this planet. So if this speaks to you, or if you've ever been in one of these situations before, you know anyone who has, remember that your story, just like Lee's, can inspire so many people. I wanted to make this video for Lee. I wanted to make this video for every single person who is feeling lost, confused, sad, unsure. Make this video also for me, because I know that Courtney 2 years ago would have loved for someone to say, hey, it's okay that you're feeling like this. You're going through a lot of stuff right now. It's not gonna last forever, but while you're here, you're allowed to get support. You're allowed to do this with other people. You don't have to do this alone. And it is going to feel better eventually. You're in the trenches right now. It sucks. And there's no easy way through it. You're gonna do it. If you or anyone that you know is struggling with their mental health, I will leave resources below. I also am gonna leave some of the channels through who have been celebrating Lee's life, like Eamon and Beck, Van Wives, Max did a really nice video. I'll put it all down below so that if you guys want to go check it out, you can. I want to say thank you to the energetic world that we live in, of me being able to watch YouTube from my home during quarantine, listen to a podcast, and connect with someone on a energetic level who I never met, who opened my eyes and my perspective in a whole entire new way. I'm beyond grateful for that I got to witness. So thank you, Lee. Just sending so much love to her family and friends, but also everyone who is feeling sadness, whatever you might be feeling. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's just a little bit of a riff. If you want to check out my Instagram, Bravely Beautiful brand, you can. I'll link it down below. I talk lots about this stuff. I will always continue talking about this stuff. I will speak up loud and clear whenever I am having up and down moments. I'm committed to that. I don't want to just show the highlight reel. I want to show it all, because that is called living in Earth School, and that's what we're here to do. So if you want to follow me, you can come over there. I would love to connect with you. And if you need help or you need support in any way, I'm happy to help you find that as well. But yeah, just sending so much love, and keep talking, keep sharing if you feel comfortable. You don't have to, but if you do and you're ready to talk to someone, I really encourage you to. It's really powerful to get it out. So you matter. You are important. And this world needs your magic. So sending love to everybody. Check out the links below. You can also donate if you want to speak up for Lee cause, so I will link all that below. But I'm gonna end it here because I could talk about this all day, and I'm just sending so much love. So I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.